You're listening to Conversation Kingz with Dominic Emerson, only on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Conversation Kingz. I am your host, Dominic Emerson, here live on LA Talk Radio. And today I want to give a special shout out to Peculiar People Holistics. They have a product if you need anything, if you're thinking about detoxing or anything like that, go ahead and look on their website. I'm a person who actually took the detox, and it actually does work. So I give a special shout out to them. And if you're looking to clear out your gut or anything like that, or just, remove any toxins inside your body, definitely tap in with Peculiar People Holistics, and it definitely will help you out, right? Today on today's show, I just want to talk about getting out of your comfort zone, right? Because we have so many people that are stuck in the comfort zone. They're in a space where they don't know how to get out of, or they're content with just being in that space. But you need to get out of your comfort zone if you think that you're going to accomplish anything else, right? Because the comfort zone is basically like a barbed wire fence that you have around your life. And with that barbed wire fence around your life, you don't know in which direction you really and truly want to go in. And you may be just comfortable with just being there, right? Because you're used to the environment that you're in. But you got to get out of your comfort zone in order to move forward in life, right? And to gather new things in your life, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to get out of that space that may be just holding you back from doing something extraordinary in your life and moving your life forward. So I just say, get out of your comfort zone, get out of the area where you think that you're safe, right? Because the comfort zone can become just a safety net, something that we are secure in, that we think is going to protect us. But what if just going on to and moving out of your comfort zone creates new life, new work, new space, new environments, new things that can happen to you in your life? We need to take these steps in life in order to move forward, elevate our lives, change our lives, put our lives going forward in a different direction. We have to take a leap of faith when we're coming out of our comfort zone, because we don't know what's on the other side of that, right? But that's why taking a leap of faith helps us get out of our comfort zone, because a lot of people are afraid of the unknown, right? Because I don't know what's over there. I don't know what's going to happen if I make that move. I don't know what's going to be there. A lot of people are afraid of change. You can't be afraid of change in life. Change is good for us. Change is necessary. Change is something that can help elevate us or lift us up or push us to our purpose. But we got to get out of our comfort zone. We got to get out of that staying stuck in cement type of lifestyles, right? Because that's what our comfort zone is all about. Just keeping us stuck for the most part. We may say that I'm at peace because I'm in my comfort zone. I know what's going on around me because I'm in my comfort zone. I know what I'm dealing with in my comfort zone. But getting out of your comfort zone is a change of environment, a change maybe for new opportunities, a change for new connections in life, if I'm able and willing to change, right? And being out of your comfort zone is going to take you to push yourself forward in order to see what life has for you, right? Because nobody knows what tomorrow is going to bring. Nobody knows really exactly what today is going to bring for them, right? So we're comfortable, we're content, we're satisfied with just being there, being in that space that tells us everything is going to be all right. But getting out of your comfort zone, it may bring times when you're afraid, times when you're scared, times when you don't know what's going to happen. But getting out of your comfort zone is necessary in life if you continue to move forward, if you continue to strive for success, if you're striving to change the things that are happening to you in your life. You got to get out the boat and walk on water. You got to get out of the boat. You got to step out. You got to not hold yourself back, right? Because our comfort zone is like You don't have to be in jail to be doing time, but being in a comfort zone, you might as well be in jail. You might as well be caged in. You might as well be locked in to certain things in life if you are stuck in a certain comfort zone. But I might be content in my comfort zone. I might be happy in my comfort zone. I might be the most satisfied I can be in my comfort zone. But you know what? There's more. There's an abundance outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of, or have the fear of unknowing. Just walk into it. Doors are going to open once you start coming out of your comfort zone, coming out of the things that you thought you were. You have to put on newness in life. And that may take for you to come out of your comfort zone. That may take for you to come out of the comfort of the people that you actually know. And it's okay. And that's okay, because being in our comfort zone, we don't want to change because somebody may say this or somebody may say that. It does not matter what those people say. If you're having that feeling of moving forward and coming out of that comfort zone, it's time for you to start writing a new story, a new book of your life, a new chapter in your life. And that's going to take for you to step out of your comfort zone, step out of the of that fear of unknowing, step out of that cage. Chains are broken. And they're broken for you to come out of that comfort zone. They're broken for you to come out of the thinking that you used to think about, that process that used to go on in your mind. Those chains are broken. So what's still holding you there? What holds us in a space that we fear so much of what other people are going to say, of how other people are going to react, how other people are going to think about us? You got to stop worrying about that. I have to stop worrying about that and come out of that comfort zone and just be yourself. See, sometimes in that comfort zone, you're so comfortable with what people said you were, who you were, what you were to be doing in life, that you're okay with that. You're content with that. But once you start to come out of that comfort zone and start to come out of that shell, it feels different. Because you don't really worry about what people think about you, how they feel about you. You know, what's the gossip about you, right? If you know who you are, then what they're saying shouldn't matter. If you're loving coming out of that comfort zone, then how they feel shouldn't matter. Let them talk. Let them say what they're going to say. At the end of the day, it's all about how you feel when you're coming out of that comfort zone. What's the excitement that coming out of that comfort zone is bringing you, right? And we all need to feel the newness of life, the newness that is come upon us and that's around us. But so many times we're drawn back, right? I want to take that step forward, but something has me hesitating, right? Stop hesitating and just go for it. Just push on. Just take those steps. Just look forward and don't look backwards, right? Because back there, I knew everything. I knew my surroundings. I knew what day this was supposed to happen on, what time it was supposed to happen. Now, I just live, I'm out of my comfort zone. I am who I am. And either they're going to accept it or they're not going to accept it. But don't let it hinder you. Don't let it stop you. Just continue to be you. There may be a prize on the other side of that comfort zone that's only has your name on it. That's been waiting on you to come grab that gift. But I've been so content and so hesitant and so afraid. It's necessary that we move out of our comfort zone and the comfort of what I think, how I think. We have to learn to relearn, learn to unlearn, and then relearn when coming out of our comfort zone. And that's okay. Let those people have doubts. Have they doubts? Let those people that have things to say, let them say what they're going to say. You let it roll off your shoulders and you keep moving. You know, because you're not afraid to be you. You're not afraid to walk into the newness of your new life, which is necessary for us to keep and continuing to evolve in life. We're not stuck in cement. We're not rooted and planted like a tree. We can move. We have access to go to and from, to go up or down. But yet and still, I'm too busy worried about, how this person is going to respond to me moving forward. And if people are have things to say about you moving forward and moving upwards, then that's on them. If your change of direction when coming out of your comfort zone bothers somebody else, it's because they're too afraid to do it themselves. I'm no longer afraid of what anybody else has to say about me, what they think about me. I am who I am, and that's all that I am. And I'm out of my comfort zone, and this is what you get. This is how you're going to get it. Because coming out of your comfort zone, it takes you to start healing yourself and preparing yourself for what's to come. And what's coming is greater than what was. So no longer do I care, do I mind, do I think, it doesn't bother me what anybody has to say about me. Because I am who I am, and that's all that I am. And I'm out of my comfort zone, and I'm free. I'm free to think, I'm free to be, I'm free to live, I'm free to talk how I want to talk. And I'm glad I have this space here at LA Talk Radio where I can come out and say and just be me. See, you have to find that space where you could just be you. And sometimes that's coming out of your comfort zone, and LA Talk Radio is a place where I could just deliver all of my passions that I want to say and how I feel and what my desires are and the connections that I want to bring towards the light of the world. And, we have a great engineer, the owner, Sam himself, and he just lets me get on and just be Dominic Emerson, because you have to be who you are in your space, because that's the realization of the realness that's inside of you, that's authentic. And maybe you stuck in that comfort zone and you're afraid to be authentic because that comfort zone is a shield. My shield is down. I've broken through it. I bust through the glass ceiling. And here I am. And you got to choose the way you're going to be when you come out your comfort zone. Am I still going to hold that wrapped up feeling of I got a comfort blanket on me and I'm still up under, because it gives me chills when I take it off because of what the world is going to think about me, how the world is going to feel about me. Well, I woke up saying up the world and how they feel about the decisions that I make in life, because those decisions are not going to affect them. They're only going to affect me. But I'm making those decisions because I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I'm coming out of a space where I felt like I was tied down. I was bogged down. I was in a cage. I was in jail mentally, but not physically. And once you break through that glass ceiling, the world is the abundance that's going to flow into your life, because your thought process is going to be different. Your feelings are going to be different. You're going to work off of emotional intelligence. You're going to love who you love. You're going to care for who you care for, but nobody's going to put you back in that same comfort zone where you felt you was afraid to be you. It's like drawing a line in the sand. Either you're going to step over it, or you're just going to draw that line and stare at that line the whole time because you're afraid to move. You're stuck in quicksand. Here's a lifeline. Cross over. Step across that line. Come on over to the other side. Get out of that comfort zone. Get out of self-doubt. Get out of self-hate. Get out of self-trauma. Get out of that self-mindset of you cannot accomplish the things that you want to accomplish because you're so far bogged in and weighed in that comfort zone that keeps you content to the average life. We are to live an abundant life. And if I'm in a comfort zone and I'm in a comfortable space, then what's abundance? I'll never know, because I'm content in my comfort zone. I'm content in my space. I'm content with the surroundings. I'm content with the small amount of people that I do know. No, you got to come out of your comfort zone. You got to go greet and meet new people. You got to greet and make new connections. You got to go out into the world and explore the world, because the world is vast and it's an abundance that's waiting on your life to walk into it. Now, the comfort zone may have us bogged in, may have us caged in. And it's like a lion that's inside a cage that's just wandering around roaring. But a lion inside of a cage is still a lion. It still has a beast mode mentality. It still has the urge to hunt. It still has the urge to walk the land as the king of the beast that it is. But yet and still, it just wanders in circles in this cage. And over time, it just becomes comfortable. It lays down. It may roar every once in a while. But if you set that lion free to explore new terrain and new territory, watch how fast that lion that's inside of you wants to go even further, go more in life than just being in a cage. You got to set it free. You got to set yourself free. And you do it in a righteous way. You do it in a righteous way to where, you know, there's no ill will feelings towards anybody. There's no nothing bad that's coming out of it. You're not hurting anybody or hurting yourself doing it, but you do it righteously. And you see the rewards that you receive in this life because you're out of your comfort zone. Shoot for the stars. You just may hit the moon on the way. Shoot for the stars. Don't hold nothing back. Go as far as you can go when coming out of your comfort zone. Don't let the closed doors stop you from coming out of your comfort zone. Don't let the noise from the people around stop you from coming out of your comfort zone. Don't let anything that hinders your progress stop you from coming out of your comfort zone. Because this life is waiting for you to make it happen. Waiting for you to happen. You got to be authentic. I am who I am, and it's all that I am. Things along the way have taught me the lessons of life of I'm too comfortable and I'm not comfortable enough. See, you can't scale a fence and be either cold or hot or lukewarm. You got to be either or, right? Either you cold or you hot. You can't be lukewarm when coming out of your comfort zone. And I want to be as hot as I can be. Because there's a fuel and a passion that burns so deep inside of us, that burns so deep inside of me, that I want everybody to know it, right? That this is a freely given outlet at LA Talk Radio. This is the Conversation Kingz. I am your host, Dominic Emerson, here on LA Talk Radio. And as always, like, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, where you can find great content on LA Talk Radio, where it's a space for those who need encouragement, empowerment, those who are willing to take that step to come out of their comfort zone. Don't be so bogged down. Don't let the world be weighed in on your shoulders that they feel so heavy that you can't carry it alone, right? Because in that comfort zone, there may be so many things that's just thrown upon you and it's holding you back. You're chained down. There's a thing, right? I read this, it was a long time ago, that if you chain up a baby elephant over time, when that elephant grows up, even if you take the chains off that elephant, psychologically, that elephant still thinks it's chained up and does not want to move when it's free to move. You're no longer chained up. You're no longer bound. You're no longer held down. You're free to move. Move out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. What's holding you back from that progression of yourself and walking into your purpose? See, being in that comfort zone, you might be holding yourself back from walking into your full, authentic purpose. You can't let those chains continue to hold you down psychologically, physically, mentally. You got to break free. Break free of that comfort zone. I'm in a space right now where everything I'm doing, and I'm giving 365 days for this whole entire 2024 of content, of information, of just me being me. And you don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. But I'm out of my comfort zone. And it's going to be there. And that's the way we should be. We should be delivering ourselves to our full capacity out of our comfort zone. I am so far out of my comfort zone, I'm telling you, that my mind has been opened up to a whole array of new things. New sights, new sounds, new tastes. You know, I have a buddy who's Armenian, right? And he was like, Dom, you got to try this food. Now, me being me, I'm soul food all the way, right? Greens, collard greens, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, the whole nine. You know, I'm Caribbean all the way. I'm gonna eat some plantain, some brown beans and rice. You know, the whole nine. I'm like, I don't know, what kind of seasonings do they have? And he told me, but my taste buds was still saying, nah, we might not like that. But if I'm in my comfort zone, I'm definitely not gonna like that because I don't want to try anything new. But out of my comfort zone, I said, you know, I'll try it once. What could it hurt? And it was actually delicious. It was actually delectable, right? And I said, wow, if I would have been stuck in an old way of thinking in my comfort zone of, nah, that's not something I do. But I tried something new. And I said, you know what? I'll try it again because it was pretty delicious. Now, I can't say the name of what he gave me, but it was delicious. And what I'm saying is, coming out of your comfort zone, you have to try new things. You have to be involved in the new because the old way of thinking wasn't working out for us. We have to change the way we think, change the way we eat, change the way we live in order for us to be out of our comfort zone and our full capacity of living our lives. No longer are you allowed to be the shell of a person you once were in that comfort zone. When you come out of that comfort zone, be you. Live as loud as you can be in a right way. And some may love it, some may hate it, but as long as you enjoying every part of it, then that's okay. Because see, trauma keeps us in a comfort zone because we're afraid of the I don't know what's over there because that has traumatized me before. Fear keeps us locked in because I'm afraid to take those steps. Hurt keeps us in doubt because you know what? I've been hurt before. What if it hurts me again? You got to shed all that. Okay, there might be trauma down the road. Okay, there might be hurt coming along. Okay, there might be some self-doubt. But you know what? I'm out of my comfort zone. Bring it on. Bring all of it on. Because now, emotionally, I've learned to unlearn, to relearn who I am. And you may have to learn to unlearn, to relearn who you are in coming out of your comfort zone. Because the old thought process is not the new process in the new comfort zone, the new space that you're in. And that's okay. And that is okay when you're seeing things totally different because your eyes are open to new things. Your heart is open up to new feelings. And you'll be okay. You'll be definitely okay. But you got to come out of that comfort zone. You got to get out of that. Get out of your own way, right? Get out of you having doubt with the things that you can do, of who you can be, of who you can become, of who you truly are, of how authentic you really are, how unique you really are. Because in my comfort zone, I was what they said I was. You know, I was a fatherless child. I was a bastard son. I was too dark to do these things, right? But you know what my comfort zone says? That doesn't bother me. When coming out of my comfort zone, that doesn't bother me. That's like water rolling down a duck's back. It's not going to stick. It's not going to stick anymore because pain and hurt is gone. Even though there's going to be new pains and new hurts. But now, coming out of the comfort zone, I know how to deal with it. I know how to deal with the emotions of my own heart. Because you have self-talks with yourself when you come out of that comfort zone. And it's a different feeling when you just know that you know that you know. And you're at peace with yourself. You'll find so much peace and so much joy in coming out of your comfort zone that no matter what's going on around you, it will not disturb you. No matter what is going on around you, it will not slow you down. No matter what's being said about you, how they say it about you. Because this is your story in coming out of your comfort zone. This is your story of overcoming the giant that held you in your comfort zone. You got to be a giant slayer to those thoughts, to those feelings, to those emotions, to those people who are keeping you locked in a certain comfort zone. See, I dropped off a lot of people, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I just don't deal with it anymore. If it doesn't benefit me into the way that I'm going in the direction of my life out of this comfort zone, then it's okay that we're not friends. It don't mean, you know, I don't have no love for you. We don't have no love for each other, but we just in a different way, different paths. And that's how life. And that's okay. That's okay that it's a different walk for you when you're out of your comfort zone and they still stuck. And you tried to give them a helping hand to pull them up out of there as well and give them great direction, great information, great knowledge so they can have that same power to come up out of it. But if they want to be stuck, then let them be stuck. Because a rational mind will tell you come out that comfort zone. You got to be rational with yourself and know how you're going to go about life, how you're going to deal with life, how you're going to handle life, how is life going to continue to lift you up. Even though, like today, because we're in California, West Coast, LA Talk Radio, it's raining and it's raining heavy. And some may not see it. But see, for me, I know I'm out of my comfort zone. It's raining hard, but I know that the sun is still shining. So once the rain goes away, it's going to be sunny again. For every dark night, there's a brighter day. So don't let that bother you. Don't let those dark nights or those dark days bother you. They may be difficult, but they don't last long, and they don't last always. So you got to keep moving forward. You got to come out of that comfort zone. If you want true knowledge of a true understanding of who you are and how you're supposed to live your life, come out of that comfort zone. Come out of worrying about what other people say or what they think. Don't worry about nothing. You know, my father, bless his heart, once told me, he said, "Why do you worry so much, Dominic?" And I said, "I don't know. It's just because we're taught, right? I don't know. It's just because that's the way I was taught. And these are, you know, the things that go on in my life and everything." He said, "Why are you worried so much?" And I really couldn't give him a true explanation, right? But then his response was, "You can only handle the things that you can handle. Don't worry about those things that you can't." So what I know I can take care of, I take care of that. What I can't, it's just there. It'll take care of itself. It'll all play out how it's supposed to play out. And that's dealing with people, life, finances, you know, work, whatever it may be. I no longer worry. Because I'm no longer afraid, because I'm out of my comfort zone. And that's the way you should be too. That's the way I would like for you to walk into it, to understand that you shouldn't worry. Because worry is a sign of you have fear, right? Why fear what man can do to you, what man can say about you, what man can bring upon your life? Why worry about it? They gonna love you when you up and talk bad about you when you're down. I want them to talk bad about me when I'm up and talk bad about me when I'm down. Whatever they want to do, it's okay, because I'm okay with me. I'm okay with the things that, my life is transpired into. How my life is played out, all the pain, all the hurt, all the suffering, all the disappointments in life help me to be pushed out of my comfort zone. My name is Dominic Emerson. I'm Charlie James' baby son. And I don't care what nobody has to say about the direction of my life and the way my life has changed over the last several years. Because I saw enough, I did enough, and I was a helping hand to a lot while still in the comfort zone. Once I came out that comfort zone, that space, hey, look, my hands are up. I'm going in a new direction. Either you coming, you getting on the bus, and you riding with me, or you could be stuck here sitting at the bus stop. Either way, I'm going in a different direction. I'm going in a direction that opens my mind up to receive all the things that it should. The goodness, the newness, the realness of life, the real people that are real connections in life, the real love that life should bring to us. Don't let your comfort zone stop you. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of that space of fear. Get out of that comfort of knowing that anxiety is going to hold you back. Get out of that comfort zone of knowing that depression is going to stop you. Get out of that comfort zone and open yourself up. Open yourself up and be the most beautiful person on the inside. And it'll make a reflection to the outside world. Being outside now, out of my comfort zone, out of my space, it just, everything seems to be brighter. There's a different light because you see different, you feel different, you speak different, you act differently, you approach things differently than you used to. But you don't go back. You only continue to go forward. And those things that are ahead of you are waiting on you to walk into it. So that way you can enjoy it. You can enjoy the fruits of stepping out of your comfort zone into your new space where everything is delectable, waiting on you to take it in, waiting on the new taste, the new smells for you to gather them into your newness. But what are you waiting on? This is the Conversation Kingz. I'm your host, Dominic Emerson, here on LA Talk Radio. And as always, like, follow, and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, where you can find this great content here on LA Talk Radio. And I want you to know that you have the opportunity to come out of your comfort zone. You have the opportunity to create newness. You have the opportunity to walk into new spaces. You have the opportunity to meet new connections. You have the opportunity to be the authentic you that you can be. But first, you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to come out of that cage. You have to release yourself in righteousness and a right way of thinking. That way you can rightfully divide your life of truth. And those that are willing to have open arms to accept you coming in, those are the people you're supposed to be around. Those people that are saying, oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, it's going to be too difficult. That part of your story has ended. That part of your story has ended. I'm writing a new book. And it's called, I'm out of my comfort zone. And those things that you used to say that I couldn't do, wouldn't do, shouldn't do, I'm doing them. And there's a possibility that you can do them as well. There's a possibility that's endless for all of us to do. But if I hold myself back in the comfort zone, because I feel like there's safety in between these walls, because I know what's in the corner of that wall. I know what's in the corner of that wall. You know, I know how that feels in this space. You're going to miss out on a whole lot in life. And you don't want to miss out on life. Life will keep lifing, but it's not for you to miss. It's for you to enjoy. But you enjoy it even more so out of the comfort zone, out of that comfortable space. So just take one step after the other and watch how far you taken on that journey of coming out of your comfort zone, coming out of that comfortable space, coming out of that feeling of, I have to have this comfortableness wrapped around me because I don't know anything else. You got to take it off and put on a new cloak, a newness that says, you know what? On the back, he's out of his comfort zone. She's out of her comfort zone. She or he has been brought out. And you'll see the changes. You'll definitely see the changes. And the way people act towards you will be totally different. The way people receive you will be totally different. And if they don't receive you in the right way, it won't have any effect. Like words, they don't hurt. You know, we used to have that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Honestly, when you're out of your comfort zone, words don't hurt you. Words don't hurt you. Because people say what they say out of ignorance because they're afraid. They still stuck in that comfort zone. They still stuck in that space. So they'll say things to distort your newness to other people. But if other people are accepting to what they're saying, then you let them be over there to the side by them too. You got to keep marching forward and coming out of that comfort zone, coming out of that area of not shooting for the stars. Don't be the person that always looks up and says, there's a million stars in the sky. Be the person that says, I've bumped into a million stars while flying in the galaxy of being out of my comfort zone. Because there's so much more for us to experience. But we're okay with the little bit we have. Because we're content. And contentment is a cage. I say this, coming out of your comfort zone will release you from being indoctrinated to those old thought processes that were told to you. I'm no longer indoctrinated. I'm out of that comfort zone. I'm out of what people say I should believe, what people say how I should feel, what people say how I should act. You have to believe what you believe outside of the unknowing space that's on the other side of your comfort zone. Because there's truth. Once you're no longer indoctrinated, there's truth on the other side of that comfort zone. So don't let that hold you back. Don't let that hold you down because you're so indoctrinated in a belief in your mind that you're not willing to accept anything else. Because that indoctrination keeps you in fear, keeps you in that comfort zone, keeps you confined in that space. I'm telling you, you don't have to be in jail to be doing time. And being indoctrinated in your mind will keep you comfortable in that comfort zone and saying, this is all I need. In this little circle, this is all I need. But there's more outside of this circle than we know. But all the information that we think we know is in this comfort zone right here. but there's more outside of that comfort zone. It's more outside of that circle. So you got to break free mentally, physically. I say mind, body, and soul. Break free of in all of it. The indoctrination of it all, and come out of your comfort zone. And watch how you feel. Watch how your life takes on a whole different direction. And the new attachments that come along with it. This is the Conversation Kings. I am your host, Dominic Emerson, here on LA Talk Radio. And as always, it's never personal, it's always business. So let it always be about the business of our Father and our newness and our minds and coming out of our comfort zone. So that way you can have this knowledge, because knowledge is power. So we share this knowledge to the people. So it's all power to the people. Come out your comfort zone and return and take your power back. Release that indoctrination of what your mind's supposed to believe, what your heart's supposed to feel, and walk into the new knowledge that is coming out of your comfort zone. This is the Conversation Kings, and I'm gone.
You're listening to Conversation Kings with Dominic Emerson, only on LA Talk Radio.